Is this the least reliable Betamax ever made? Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're looking at another Sony SL-HF100. This is a repair. It's another HF100 that's come from Xavier. Hi Xavier, hope all is well with you. Now the first one allegedly was the worst of the two, so this one I'm hoping is going to be a lot more straightforward. So much so that I was actually working on a C9 video for this week, and it's turned out to be a lot more in-depth getting it working than I was hoping for. Is another one of those. So I'm hoping to have that maybe for next week. But in the meantime, I thought I'd do a repair on this HF100, pretty much real time. And it's Thursday. Video comes out Saturday, so I'm pushing my luck a bit. It's actually Thursday evening, but I've got to try. So basically, Xavier's put a note in with both machines. The previous one, like I say, was the worst of the two, I'm hoping anyway, and I had that one back because it had low sound, and I had to demagnetize the ace head, which seemed to fix it. Really astounding, the difference, just demagnetizing the audio control arrays assembly. It was just like night and day, the difference. So that was great, and I did a couple of other little tweaks as well, just that's because it had been back and forth and used a fair bit. So yeah, that was a great machine. That's gone back, and Xavier's very happy with that, which is good. So let's see if we can do the same with the second one. So basically, this one has the same initial fault basically that the other one had, and that's not lacing the cassette. And it reckons there is a cassette in there when there actually isn't. So that very much sounds like probably it's going to be the gear on the bottom of the lacing motor assembly. So I'm going to plug this in blind, and I have actually taken the screws out already. Slightly concerningly, I mean, it depends how you look at it really. They're not the original screws, but that's fine. Plug wise, I thought I'd just cut to the chase on that. Everybody loves this part of the video. 3 amp fuse, interesting colouring to it, sort of light blue. That is significant. I can't remember why. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't know whether it's slightly different characteristics. I can't remember. I just have a vague recollection of light blue. So happy to probably go along with this plug. Actually, it's an original plug that would have come with the machine. It's an MK. Can't really get much better than an MK plug. So it even has beta video on it, so that immediately makes it worth saving. So let's plug it in and see what happens. Hopefully the power supply will be alright. We might have a look at the power supply in the fullness of time. Probably the power switch on the back is off, so that's powered it on. I tend to like to take the power off. I know it sounds a bit daft. Take the power off to press in the switch, because they do have a habit, because they're not used very much, if at all, they will arc, and yeah, that's not necessarily very good for the power supply. So let's power it on. I saw a blink there from the VTR lights. Very, very dull display. You can't actually see it on the camera, but it is there. I just about make it out. Yeah, so that's sounding very much like oh, and the power supply sounds horrible. It's really sizzling. Okay, This one isn't much better. It's also missing the top of the cage, which I don't think. Let's turn it on. That is really bad. That's probably going to be the capacitor across the 12 volt rail actually in that can. I'll have to see if Xavier's got the top to that. I don't think I've got any spares, because it is just one of those things that yeah, doesn't you either have it or you don't. So I've already taken the top off. I say taking the top off. I've taken the screws out, as I say. So let's have a look, see what's going on. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, someone's been in there chopping and changing stuff. By the looks, they're saying that cap doesn't look original. Maybe it is. Well, we'll find out, because we'll have to take the power supply out. Well, the power supply's been out, because that screw is not original. It looks as if it might have had some home DIY job done on it. Yeah, one of the screws isn't even tight. So let's whip this out. So I tend to like to eyeball the mains plug now, just because a while back, I think I mentioned it, I think it was actually on the other HF100, I inadvertently started removing a component because it had the no colour, and it was still switched on. So, oh, there's a little spark there. Oh. So yeah, there's a few screws there that are not original. So we'll replace those. So I've got lots of spares of those. I think they're just like the, I like to call them the standard size of self-tapper, not the mini Sony ones that they use, although of course they're always machine screws, to be fair. Okie dokie. So let's get the power supply actually out. Okay, so there has been some activity. Yeah, so capacitor across there has been changed. That one's been changed. Someone's obviously clocked that it's a dodgy cap. Quite what's gone on there. But there doesn't look to be, well, there's some finger marks there. Tiny bit of moisture's got in there. That's always interesting. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, we've got a screw missing there. And we've got odd screws, so this has been out at some point. Reds and greens mixed. That one's not in tight. Like someone's given up on it. Something strange going on there as well. Grease or something's been, yeah, it looks like grease has been sprayed. Like WD-40 or something. What the reel's like. Yeah, it's no movement, so the plastics are probably going to be fairly okay. Yeah, I can see the real table's going to have to be dropped. I can see, I think it's WD-40, something's been sprayed on there, some lubricant, it's gone everywhere, so that's great. Oh, yeah, so this is suddenly becoming a much bigger job. Potentially, might not be, but someone's had a good old go at this. So I would put this probably in the same category as the other one for how bad it is. It's just my luck, isn't it? There seem to be getting machines at the moment that are just so, like, multiple problems, multiple issues, and I think it's as people sort of, you're getting more of the dregs now, and they just, where's a machine? I mean, I suppose it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing if you can't fix it, but it's that thing that they're not going to landfill. So just check there are head chips. That's attached, that's good. I want to go, doing this wrong, aren't I? It's that way I want to go. Yeah, so it looks like, it does look like the gears split because I'm not getting any drive at all. But that is obviously, that has popped out of its, where it should go into the rail there. So I'll probably have to lift, that one's all right. I have to just lift the rail up, undo the two screws there. Probably take this off just for, so I can get some sort of view of what's going on. Need to sort out the power supply. Oh joy. And then it'll be a fully working machine, won't it? Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so let's just check first of all. We haven't got voltage floating. We shouldn't do because Sony's have bleed resistors, but as this has been doctored, let's just check. We haven't got more than a couple of volts. Yes, 0.8 volts across the reservoir cap. That's fine. Happy with that. The sizzling is fun. And I would suspect it to be that cap, but that means nothing. These are recycled anyway out of old stuff. So, okay. I'll probably have to put up a circuit diagram just to make sure that the right ones are in there. Which is cool. So, okay, I'll fire up the iron and we'll get those caps out and then we'll take it from there. Well, look what I found, and I thought I might as well just start finishing stripping it down. So HF100, pretty sure the heads are bad in this, but yeah, it sounds like the bearings aren't the best either. I can't remember exactly what was wrong with this. I had a really bad, it was very high hours. Yeah, so the drum's quite shiny, although it's quite covered in dust now. I do have a top, it's not very shiny, not very nice, but it's better than not having one at all. Yeah, I can liberate the screws. I've already started taking them out. so we can get the full screw set back to what it originally would have been. But yeah, I'm just going to scrap the rest of it, scrap it down to its chassis. I'll keep the deck, maybe, probably I will. Might actually be quite useful as we go along. Yeah, feels all right. So if we need to do a loading ring swap, we can do that if that is where we end up going, which I'm hoping we don't, because it's a big job. I did a C30 on the channel actually ages ago that needed pretty much a deck rebuild. That was quite fun. But yeah, so I'll take this off. Pretty sure this power supply is toast. But yeah, I can, well, I'll just get a circuit diagram to get the values. Pretty dusty in there. But again, this will be kept because it's useful for bits. If I ever do get one that's really very badly damaged, I can fix this one or make one out of two. So yeah, I'll continue to strip this down, and then we will go back to this one, get those caps properly changed in there, give it a we'll give it a test. I'm actually tempted to try and get that guide down, just so we're not driving, although having said that, the gear's broken, so it's not really driving against anything anyway. Oh, let's just get the power supply sorted and take it from there. Let's crack on. So all apart, these bits will go for recycling. As you can see, I've removed every bit of plastic. These are quite useful because they do get broken. Hinges will get broken over time, whatever. Power supply, so that's out. Keep the back to that as well. Mains lead is pretty ropey on this. It's got lots of bits of insulation tape and breaks in it. That's neither here nor there. I could actually just whip that off altogether, to be fair. There's a short length that's usable if I wanted to, because it's period correct. So yeah, all of the metal bits, those will go for recycling, and then I'll keep the back because these do get damaged and tarnished and stained, so easy enough to change. It's just amazing that they're totally screwed together. It's totally a flat pack kit of bits. So yeah, it's actually really cool, and you end up with so many, well, there's loads of screws there, Sony specific, of course. Got all the power supply screws that I need. Where was it? So there's the non-original ones. There was also one, which I don't know where that's gone actually. Ah, there. Should have been a self-tap, and they just tried to put that in. That was the one that was here. It was off at an angle. So yeah, I'm really glad to actually put the right ones on. And of course we've got the top now as well. So yeah, let's get these caps changed and take it from there. So let's get these caps out. Just realised I didn't have to, well, I didn't have to take this off, but I'm sort of glad I did, because I can actually give it a proper clean. It's really quite not nice. But anyway, my desolder gun has died, so I am back to braid and an iron. Okay, so that's most of the caps out. These three, would I change those? Probably not, to be honest. They tend to be okay. 50 volt, 22 microfarad there. Same with that one. There for the oscillator. For the heater, I believe. I think, yes. And then this one, I mean, I have changed these before. I'll see. I don't know whether I've got any either, to be honest, not of that higher voltage. So, yeah. Oh, I've got one down there as well that I could do with changing. So, let's whip this out. So, you would have noticed that I am using the flux in most cases anyway. I mean, this solder is horrible. I don't know what that is. But there's changed components, previously changed components. But I'm actually removing the component and then cleaning the pad. And if you're very careful, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling and then moving at an angle. I think that makes sense, the capacitor, and that makes it not strain the pads. I'm trying not to strain the pads, so you can almost sense when you're putting pressure on the opposite pad when you're rocking it, but because you're pulling on the capacitor while sort of very slightly giving it a opposite angle to the leg you're desoldering, you can do it without straining the pads. Yeah, practice makes perfect on that one. This is really so grubby. So I have actually bought some of this stuff. Removes flux, and sort of been wanting to try this. I've been wanting to get some flux off actually, but this was on Amazon and had fairly good reviews, so we'll see what it's like. Oh, I've got to take the cap off. I've forgotten to put that back on actually. It's quite cool. Ooh. Actually does a really nice job. I might have to become an affiliate and put a link in the description. Quite expensive, but well, you don't need much, do you? Very nice. And there's no tackiness. I used to use isopropyl, but it does actually, isopropyl is too strong for the varnish. It just starts, well, it makes the varnish tacky, so I don't use it anymore. I'd rather just keep it a bit fluxy, scrape off the worst of it, and yeah, that's actually really good. And it's quite cool. It has a brush as well. Look how mucky that is, all that soaked up flux. So I'll clean the board up here as well. There's excessive flux from the factory, but it seems to do a very good job. You don't need much, so I was sort of like, can't remember how much this cost. I'll put it up if I remember to do it, but above me now. But it was quite expensive for such a small tin. But yeah, that's worth every penny with this one, isn't it? You know, with this machine. So yeah, cool. Okay, so I will dig out the right caps. I normally wouldn't take all the caps out. There's two reasons I don't. Service manuals have mistakes, so I'd rather take out the capacitor that's actually in there and I know has previously worked and replace them one by one. But in this case, because I mean the one cap This is on the secondary side, 33 microfarad, 350 volts. That is nowhere near what would originally have been in there. This one looks a bit more sort of closer. I think that's a 25 volt originally. It might be a 35. But I've got the circuit diagram up, and I've got the other power supply anyway to compare. And then these are the genuine Sony ones that came with the power supply. I tend to change these now. 4.7 microfarad, 350 volts. We all know those. Then we've got the, I think these are the bipolar ones. They're usually blue. 10 volt, 47 microfarad. And we put the semiconductor fuses in for those. The solid state ceramic. Cap from the corner over here. 33 microfarad, 16 volts. Then we've got the cap that was on the main board, but right up to the DC-DC AC part of the circuit. 100 microfarad, 25 volts. And I mean, none of them look as if they've leaked. And then this is the other one, which is off the lower portion of the DC-DC AC, which is 25 volts, 100 microfarad. So I'll get those changed, and probably won't show that, to be honest, but yeah, I'll get those changed and take it from there. All done and looking rather good, to be honest. I've not done any of the ones on the outside outside the can. I tend to find them okay on these, but we'll see. I might find myself taking this back out in the fullness of time, but that's fine. I have no reason to suspect that any of these are going to be bad. So the well, let's just have a look underneath. I've double checked my work, double checked I've got the polarity all correct of the ones I've changed. Changed all of these as well. And the one in the corner there, which you could probably, yeah, there we go. So basically I've recapped the whole of the can. Used the bipolars, 47 microfarad, these are 16 volts. I couldn't find my ceramic ones, so that's fine. I've got quite a few of these to use, so I might as well use those. And yeah, so we're pretty much good to go. Soldering's quite nice. That flux cleaner, PCB cleaner, is amazing. I love it. So yeah, definitely recommend that. And yeah, that's brilliant. So check they're tight. I see no reason why they shouldn't be. And then we'll put the base on, which is mucky at the moment. It's better. So there is a way round this goes. So there's a gap there, which goes over the mains side. And then we shall reinstall it. Oh, spot the deliberate mistake. Got to put it on the base first. Getting a bit carried away. That's actually bent. Somebody's pressed so hard trying to get that machine screw in when it should be a self-tapper. They've bent it. So So just quickly on the capacitors, I checked them all and they were pretty all okay. The 47s had gone a little bit weird, the bipolar ones. Just remember they are bipolar as well. Don't put standard ones in, they will not. It will not end well. But this one, which is across 12 volts, was a tenth of the value it should be, with a really high ESR, and that would make the power supply whistle like that. So I'm hoping that sorted it. But recapping the lot, no bad thing. Be interested to see if the display's any better, because obviously those two caps, the 100 the 22 microfarad 50 volt ones, which I actually used 100 volts. I didn't have any 50, but that should be okay. But I believe they're for the AC side, for the heaters for the clock. So we'll see, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be a bad VFD. It always is on these. I don't think I've ever known the power supply really give any real issues, to be honest, when it comes to the VFD anyway. So the next thing is the deck. So yeah, we've got this interesting situation here where this hasn't, well, it's jumped basically, and it's actually caught on the lacing ring. So what I need to do, I think I was just going to do the, oh, that's broken as well. Oh no, it's just a drift. Okay, so let's just get this off for ease of access. So this bit here that I've just taken off, there's a little peg that sticks out, and it's not unusual for that to be broken. So yeah. Locating peg, yeah, because it's pressing down. It's just obviously, I don't know, maybe somebody tried to get a cassette out when the, well, that's it. I mean, what went first? Did the gear on the bottom of the lacing motor go first, or did the ring go first? It jammed, and the gear that was already split, it just finished the job. Okay, well that's a good start. Okay, so next thing is the lacing.
Carried away there. And you probably can't see the spring. Let's pick this up, get that out of the way. Where's that caught? There we go.
So that's totally split. Okay, so I'll just get another gear. I'm just wondering if I can actually wind this back now without any issues. Yeah, so in my humble opinion, I would say, oh no, that is right. So there's a hole down here for alignment, and it actually went a little bit past there and the fully unlaced, which is what you want, because it's triggered, the unlace is triggered here, so you've got the lace here on these. So yeah, I'll just get that gear anyway. So I look through my stash of bits and pieces. Going to use that gear like I did on the last one. I found this. This is a repaired one that I did. So it's got a crack in it. But what I do with these is if I want to use the original, is I drill out or just carefully file out then the middle, and then so it's a bit larger, and then glue it back on so you don't get a gap. So there's barely any gap at all, and that shouldn't make too much of an additional noise then when it laces. And at the end of the day, it's only lacing that it's going to be noisy or noisier. So yeah. And I might try and source some other gears, some gears that are not quite, well, a bit higher, a bit taller, because those white gears that I've been using, they leave such a gap here that this does ride too high. It has the opportunity then to ride too high. So, and that is not good, and I've done this wrong because that needed to go on first. So let's pop that back off. And then push that back in. And then there we go. You probably missed all of that because my hand probably was in the way, but you get the idea, hopefully. Okay, so let's get that set. Can be a little bit of a jiggle sometimes to get them back on. Super, so we should, in theory, have a working deck. So let's just wind it. No, so the pinch roller looks a bit shiny as well, so that might have to come off and just be. I'll have to use rubber renew on that one. Feels fine. Oh, I wonder if, because this was loose, whether this moved out the way, causing this, because that's what presses this down to then allow it to sort of park properly. Oh, I don't know that. Oh no, there we go. So they should locate correctly, which they do. And that's it. It is clean up some random bits of tape residue as well. There we go. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. So I should now be able to power this on. So yeah, I'll turn it round and yeah, I must make sure I pick up the gear for that, because I'll recondition that one, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Let's crack on. Okay, let's give it a power test. Just about make out a cluck. Yeah, that's no better. well, it's not hissing anymore, so I assume that's going to be, yeah, that's fine. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm going to use my test tape. So far, so good. Head sound relatively okay. So, yeah, it looks like we have so just tracking. Misalignment going on there. Let's just see if I think these have been fiddled with, because I can see some little screw driver. The motor sounds laboured somehow. Is it? Yeah, it's a bit tricky to get to, isn't it? Yeah, all effects died. Oh, okay, well. Yeah. Okay, what a shame. What a shame I didn't get to. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so going to leave it there. We have a working machine, or we had a working machine. But yeah, you could just hear the motor labouring, and I was just thinking then, oh, Hall effect, but we might be all right. No, it died. I didn't even get a chance just to tweak or see if that that guide was maladjusted. So actually, let's just turn that on. Check it ejects. Okay, which it does. Lovely. So obviously there'll be a part 2, and in that we'll see what the deal is with that Hall effect. Place your bets now. Is it going to need replacing, or do you think I'll get away with cleaning it? I already have a fair idea what's going to happen with that. I need to sort out this reel table because there is grease absolutely everywhere. It looks like spray grease or something. I don't know quite what's happened there, but I think we'll be dropping this reel table to have a look, sort that out. We'll clean up all under here as well, see if what the VU meters are like, and strengthen the rear sockets. We've got colour, which is great. So it doesn't look as if we're going to have a colour fault yet. Anyway, have a look at that pinch roller. Did I say resurface the upper drum? If I didn't, resurface the upper drum. If I did, I've just repeated myself. And yeah, so we've got lots more to do, lots more to come, and on this machine. But I'm really pleased with that. That's a really good start. It's just a shame I'm not going to be able to do anything with that clock. I haven't got any more decent VFDs left, so that's it really. It's just going to have to be dull on this one. But yeah, so with that, thank you very much for watching. A like and subscribe is always very much appreciated, and thank you very much for the recent subscribers as well. I've had a few, which has been brilliant. Welcome to the channel. So with that, see you in another video. Bye for now.